Hello everyone. Today of course we address the subject on how to deal with annoying cubicle neighbors. We are going to talk about the rice and chat case. But chats don't get rice free. 100% don't agree. We'll discuss in this video, so we hope everyone will enjoy it.
Sensitivity is my point. We should take seriously and honestly this matter. In that case, Breeze should tell Chad that it doesn't help both sides to be a pessimistic person because it would worsen the environment. So, for example, Breeze had a volume reduction with his clients and Breeze had a patience and followed as Chad says. But still, Chad does not satisfied with Breeze because of the nuisance until he was required to use pen and pencil instead of using the keyboard. It's terrible to say something like that as it can make people hate you even more. So, can you ever imagine if someone does like that towards you? For sure, you don't like it. However, we were as a team in the office, so for me, we need to give and take. Stop complaining, talk about our rights, then tell him it's not right to do like that. Maybe you can ask him to travel to another location far away from us if he can. Or else, perhaps you can handle it by moving to another place so that you will never meet his face again if he insists on moving because of his favorite sport. So, this is my opinions for my first point about this video. So, let's see some cutscene that we have provided.
Do you work in an open plan office? Of course you do. Everybody does. As it stands, 90% of Australian offices are now open plan. And it's... Can you be quiet, Pat, please? Nobody knows who you are. Open plan offices have existed since at least the 1880s, but in recent years, Silicon Valley companies like Google, Yahoo, eBay and Facebook have pushed them into the mainstream. And the reasons they've become so popular is they're cost-effective, foster collaboration, and allow managers to keep an eye on their staff. But surprise, surprise,
Open plan offices meant to encourage collaborations, but nearly 50% of the employees complain with the lack of the sound privacy is a significant problem. And more than 30% having issues with the lack of visual privacy.
So, for my second point on how to deal with annoying cubicle neighbor is consideration. Why I choose consideration? It is because some people have their concerns and we should understand better. Don't you know that consideration is empathy as well? It can express and comprehend other people's emotions. You will enhance your friends' trusting friendship. It is usual for anyone irritated with you, maybe because distressed or had other problems. It can be due to many factors. Hence, to solve these problems, perhaps you can ask them why they don't like you, or maybe is there anything that you have done wrong, so that you will realize and improve from what they had said. As it is in the video, it shows that Chad is the kind of workers who little bit bossy but productive. In my opinion, I believe that Price, who is colleague, he might have considered and accept Chat's attitude, but we need to remember that every person is different. Maybe some people can take Chat behavior and some are not. As example, Chat asked Price to lower his voice, so he did. But we can't presume that all people will obey his order. Bryce seemed annoyed, but it is wise to tolerate it for Chat because Bryce doesn't want to make matters worse. So he followed Chat's order. Therefore, each other need to consider and try to solve it in the right way. They can discuss together to find the solution. So, that's all from me talking about my second point, which is being a considerate clique. So we will proceed with some cat scene. In this scene, the man asked for help because he was frustrated and can't take it anymore because his colleague always disturbed him.
Don't touch my new wax coat, if you know what I mean. So when she saw my new car, more than just a double latte, if you know what I mean.
Then his friend said that it would not solve the problem by ignoring him or running away. He need to change the strategy by doing something else. He suggested, how about engaging his friend with some real work talk and then see what happens.
So I said, I'd rather have the taco salad than the burrito, if you know what I mean.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad you're here. I need your help with something.
Yeah, man, at your service. Tell me.
Look at this. I'm doing this data project here for work, and the calculations are not adding up. Look at the information they sent me versus what I have.
Yeah, man, you gotta, carry your 3 to the 20 and divide it by... Yeah.
Thanks, man. Come back anytime.
In today's offices, people are working closer and closer together. Even if you are lucky enough to work in a cubicle, a co-worker in the cubicle next to you can still easily annoy you. For my point, I will explain about how to become a good cubicle neighbor by avoiding playing too much music or calling too loud, as we need to understand people's feelings. For example, since the noisy music, your cube neighbor might be just the annoyance as you will need to put finishing touches on a big project. It may be a necessary evil to ask stop the music. So, there are few strategies that you can use to suppress the noise without producing an unpleasant work atmosphere. Firstly, make a quick self-check. If you want to open the music, you must make a quick check around you. Is the music too loud, annoyed, or your next cubicle neighbor having a bad day? Make sure that an adjustment to the volume that your coworker does not disturb it. Secondly, give a hint, sublimation in a casual conversations with the offending coworker that the project you are working on takes utmost attention, and that's why you absolutely cannot concentrate on the music blaring. Yes, I love the music, but doesn't mean I love the same music as you do. Be careful how loud you keep your tunes, but still put on your headphones so you can enjoy your music alone in a blissful way. If you are not allowed to wear headphones or earbuds, keep the music at least to low level so it doesn't annoy all people around you. And please do not sing, for everyone's sake.
Let's point on how to become a good cubicle neighbor. You need to avoid taking other people's privacy or stuff. As we all know, law-abiding co-workers will never dream of breaking into temporary empty cubicles, and snatching anything from Tic Tacs to stapler is wrong. Individuals do it without thinking of it as a privacy violation. After all, the cubicle dweller doesn't own the stapler. That's what the company does, making it a community property. For example, you need a stapler, but only Chad have it. So you need to ask his permission first. After Chad permits you, then you can take it. But remember, don't ever lose the stuff that you borrow. If not, they will not lend you anything in the future. Then, after you have finished using the stapler, put back into its place. In this situation, not only did you thank him, you offer to repay his kindness by picking up supplies. Chad is probably going to be happy to loan you whatever you may need in the future because he is confident in your trustworthiness and because you make him feel appreciated. When you say thank you, remember your door has no lock. That means the cubicle isn't the place where valuables are kept. Yet the open door strategy does not say it's all up to grabs. Should not take things without asking someone's cubicle, including tape dispenser, scissors, stapler, etc. The cubicles of your neighbor is not a supply wardrobe. Keep in mind that your primary objective in the office is work. Sure, you should have fun while you are working, but your cubicle is part of the office and others around you still need to get their work done. Respect for your co-workers and enhancing the harmony of the workplace will go a long way to making sure you succeed in your career. Thank you.